Next, we're going to design a new water line, which could be an extension or a relocation. So I'm going to start with our extract utilities from graphics command. I'm just going to use selection method, and I'm going to choose the geometry, the alignment of the new water line, which we've already created with the geometry commands. And I'm going to start with an assumption of 3 feet depth, and I do want to create a trench. So that gives us then a model of our proposed water line, but if we inspect it a little bit, then we can see that the assumption of 3 feet deep is actually jumping out of the ground compared to our new proposed surface. So we do need to work on the profile. So I'm going to redesign a portion of the profile. And so it's this portion here that is jumping out. This is the existing ground, and it's jumping out of the new roadway surface. And so I'm just going to start with a complex by VPI, and I'm going to do just an eyeball profile here. You may have to do something more elaborate in a actual project. And I'm just going to redesign that portion right there. So this is going to be our new profile. Now I need to trim back the part of the 3 foot assumption that is bad, and so I'm just going to start there with a partial delete and then trim it back to the end of our redesign. And we'll see that our 3D model updates because we've basically removed part of our profile. Now we'll put the pieces back together like this with complex by elements, and then we make that our new profile. So now if we look at our 3D model, we'll see that we've got a better design on that waterline extension, but we'll also notice here that we're undercutting this existing waterline, and so let's adjust it as well while we're here with a relocation. I don't have the geometry created for it, and so I'll just start with a complex by VPI or PI, and I'm just going to relocate it right back on itself. It doesn't have to be that way, but in this case it will work for us, and so I need to relocate that portion there. Okay, and I used red so that we can see it a little better. So there's my geometry for the relocation. Now if we take a look at that profile, sorry, I haven't created the water line yet. So I'm going to start with the same 3 foot assumption just so that we have something to work with. And so here is my profile. Now we need to see where the this elevation for the extension is at. So I'm going to use the vertical geometry commands for intersection point. And so where do these two intersect? And so we get a point there. It shows the intersection. And then I'm just going to redesign this entire profile. Now this is a ductile iron which has a soffit orientation in this in my feature definitions, and I just want to snap to that intersection point. And so there's our new profile. Now here where I snapped to that first water line, that can cause a cyclic redundancy, and so I just want to make a tweak there to get rid of that snap, and then this will be our design profile. And so now we've got our 2 new water lines, 1 extension and 1 relocation, designed for our project.